Hello everyone, Denise here. Today I am going to show you how to make a phone purse. This is the Mermazing phone purse. And I am going to use Rico Design Creative Lazy Hazy Summer Cotton. This is a DK weight cotton, and Universal Yarn has gifted this to me to show you this tutorial. This is 50 grams or 145 meters. It's a little bit more in yards. This is 49% cotton, 46% acrylic, and 5% polyester. This is a gorgeous yarn. Take a look at the colors in this. This is one of the reasons why I called this purse Mermazing, because it's pretty mermaidy. The other reason is I am making it for Miranda, and we call her Mer, and she is Mermazing. So you can see that there is a tiny thread wrapped around the yarn, and that changes color throughout with the different colors of yarn in the ball. See here, it's dark blue. Over here, it's lighter color. It constantly shifts and changes. It's so pretty, and this yarn is so soft. It calls for a G or a 4mm hook, and that is what I am using. And this is made in Belgium. The color on this is turquoise. You can find this at universalyarn.com, along with many other beautiful, beautiful yarns. So we are going to make a phone purse, which means it is a purse to fit a phone into it. Simple as that. I'm going to make mine crossbody style. If you want to make yours any other way, I will just be bringing you the crossbody style, but you can just do the cover and put the phone in your purse in the cover. You could make small straps and have it just be like something that you wear around your wrist. It's completely up to you, but I'm going to show you how to do the crossbody version. Crossbody straps are usually around 50 inches or so, just standard size. And you can either make your strap, crochet it like I'm going to show you, or you could use a strap from a purse that you purchased from Goodwill that you took the purse off of. This is a large strap that I have for that exact purpose, although I'm not using it today. That is why I have it. I also have belts from pants that we did not want to use the belts on. Actually, my husband's pants, the pants that we purchased for him for work come with a belt that is like this, that has D rings on it. You can make two straps on your purse, use D rings, attach them up at the top together, and then it can be adjustable for the person who is going to wear it. So you would make two separate straps, and then you would put your other strap in just like you would a belt, and it could be adjustable. So this is a great option if you don't know the size of strap that you would be making it for because you're unsure of how long they would want it, or if you are selling items at a craft fair and you wanted it to be adjustable for several people. This is a great option. Get a couple of D-rings. You can purchase them at Joann, Michael's. A lot of different craft stores will have them. I believe even Walmart has them. They come in different sizes. They're not all this large. But this is a belt size. So if you wanted to get smaller ones for a smaller strap size, I think that would be wonderful. And then you would just create two straps of the same size, and then you would gather them at the top like that. The other option, if you don't want to buy D-rings and you frequent the dollar store, they sell these wooden rings, and you can use them just like D-rings. You would just attach them to one end of your project, and then you would fold the other strap in like that. A lot of options here. I'm going to show you the one that is the crossbody strap option. So we're going to start with that, and we will be doing multiples of 2 plus 1, and then at the end of that we're still going to chain 1, but we're going to do 2 plus 1 for our multiples. Like I said, the typical strap for a crossbody bag is around 50 inches, so that is what I'm going to chain to. I'm just going to do multiples of 2, then I'm going to add 1. So when I get to the 50-inch mark or so, I'm going to measure my strap and then measure my chain, and then I will proceed from there. But essentially, I am just going to chain until I get to about 50 inches. Okay, so I have chained 130. I'm going to stop there. Miranda is just a little bit shorter than I am, so mine is probably shorter than 50 inches right now. So if you need to chain more to reach your length, go ahead and do so. I'm going to stop at 130. Now I'm going to add one more chain because we need to for our stitch pattern, and then I'm going to chain 1, and in the second chain from the hook here, I'm going to put a single crochet. And then I'm going to put a single crochet in each stitch all the way down. So I will see you in a minute. Okay, once you have all of your single crochets done, then we are going to move on to row 2. We are going to chain 3. We are going to turn our work. First of all, we're going to yarn over, we're going to put a double crochet in our next stitch. And now we're going to group on that double crochet. We are going to yarn over, put our hook around this double crochet here, grab another yarn over like this, leave it on your hook, yarn over, go back down around that double crochet, pull up another loop. One more time, yarn over, go down, bring up another loop, and pull it up. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops on our hook, and they're all around that double crochet there. We are going to yarn over. We're going to skip the next single crochet right here. We're going to skip that, and in this next single crochet, we're going to put our hook in. We're going to yarn over and bring up a loop. We're going to yarn over and go through 2. And now we're going to yarn over and go through all 8 loops on our hook here. So yarn over, go through all 8. Then we're going to chain 1. See, we just did a whole group of stitches there. Very cool looking. It looks like wrapped stitches. So now we're going to repeat that. We're going to yarn over. We're going to go into the double crochet we just made around that. Yarn over, pull up. That's 1. Yarn over, go around. Yarn over, pull up. That's 2. Yarn over, go down and around. Pull up. That's 3. Now we're going to yarn over, skip a single crochet, and in the next single crochet, go into it. Yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2. Now yarn over and go through all 8. Chain 1. We're going to keep repeating that all the way down. Yarn over, go around our double crochet we just made, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go down and around, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go down and around, yarn over, pull up. Yarn over, skip a single crochet, in the next single crochet, go in, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through all 8, chain 1. See how cute that is? Getting some really cute wrapped stitches here. We're going to continue that all the way down our strap. Yarn over, go around the double crochet we just made, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go down and around, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go down and around, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, skip a single crochet, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through all 8, chain 1. Make sure that when you are doing your puff stitch here, that you are yarning over. I put my finger here, I go down, around, pull up, and then I hold that one too. And then I go around, finger, down and around, pull up, hold again, yarn over, hold, go down and around, pull up, hold. Then I yarn over, skip the single crochet, go into this one, yarn over and pull up, yarn over and go through 2 loops, then yarn over and go through all 8, chain 1. Keep working that all the way down your strap, and I will meet up with you in just a moment. Okay, so once you get towards the end of your row, you're gonna have 1 stitch to go into. So you're gonna yarn over, go into your last single crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, then you're gonna yarn over and go through all 8. And go ahead and do your chain 1 and turn your work. And we're gonna put a single crochet in this first chain 1 that we just have right here. And we're going to go over and we're going to look at our work, and wherever we did a chain 1, we are going to put 2 single crochets. So 1, 2. Look at your work. Wherever there's a chain 1, that's where we're going to put 2 single crochets. Make sure you are not doing them tight because you want your strap to stay flat and not curve. So it will be right there at the end of your puff stitch that you did. Right here. I'm going to do that all the way down to the end of this row, and I will meet right back up to you when we get that finished. 2 single crochets in each chain 1 space all the way across. I'll see you in just a minute. When you get down to the end of the row, you want to put a single crochet in the space right here in between our last group of stitches, and then 1 in the top of our chain 3. Okay, so we have 1 more row and then we are done with our strap. We are going to chain 1 and turn, and now we're going to put a single crochet in every stitch. Easy peasy. We're just going to put a single crochet in every stitch that we have in our work all the way across. And I will meet right back up with you in just a minute once we get all of our final single crochets done on our strap. See you in a minute. Okay, once you get down to the end of your strap, go ahead and you can cut a good length off because you're going to sew this to your bag. I'm going to cut like a foot for mine, and then yarn over and pull through. I'm going to take a look at that strap because I think it is beautiful. This yarn is so gorgeous. It is so pretty. I just love it. Okay, so we have the strap done. We can put it aside for now. Not going to weave in the ends because the ends I'm going to use to attach to the phone bag itself. Now the phone I am making mine for is an iPhone 11, and they're roughly around a little over 6 inches lengthwise. I can't show you my phone because I'm using it. So 6 inches lengthwise. So if we double that, we have 12 inches. If you want a flap, add a little more length. So I'm gonna try to do about 14 inches in length and see how that works out. The repeat is going to be, you'll do just like we did for the strap. I'm gonna show you, so don't worry. But you'll do just like you did for the strap. You're gonna do your width, and my phone should be about the same width as hers. So let me measure that really quick. It is 3 inches. So I'm going to do 3 inches for the entire width of the project. So here, I'll use my calculator as an example. I'm going to create a phone case that is a rectangle. It's going to be around 14 inches long, 3 inches wide, and the excess I'm going to fold over as a flap. So I'm going to do 3 inches in width. I am going to chain 13. That is multiples of 2, adding 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Going to chain 1, and in the second chain from the hook, I'm going to do a single crochet. I'm going to do a single crochet in each stitch across. For row 2, we're going to chain 3, turn our work, put a double crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to do our puff, yarn over, go around the double crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, go around, pull up, yarn over, go around, pull up, yarn over, skip a single crochet, put your hook in the next one, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through 8, chain 1. Repeat that, yarn over, go around the double crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, skip a single, go in the next, yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through all 8, chain 1. Gonna repeat that. put your hook in the last stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through all 8. Okay, chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to do row 3. We are going to put a single crochet in that first stitch there, and then we're going to put 2 single crochets in every chain 1 space. Put one in the top of your puff there, and then in the top of the beginning chain 3. Okay, so that's our row 3. Now we're going to do row 4. We're going to chain 3, turn your work, put a double crochet in the next stitch. And now we're going to start our puff. Yarn over, go through, pull up, yarn over, go through, pull up, yarn over, go through, pull up. Skip a single crochet, yarn over, go into the next, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through all 8, chain 1. Repeat that until the end. Okay, we have one more puff to do, because if you look at your rows, whatever you started with, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 puffs, you need 6 in every row that you do if you're doing the same amount of stitches as I am. Yarn over, we're going to go into our last double crochet here, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through all. Okay, see that? Once you get to the end, you need to chain 1, turn your work. Now we're going to repeat row 3. So now put a single crochet in that same spot, 2 single crochets in every chain 1 space that we had. When you get to the end here, we're going to put one in the top of our previous round or previous rows double crochet, and then the top in the top of the last double crochet. Because remember, when you start your row 4, you do chain 3 and then you do a double crochet. So that's where we're putting the single crochet, is in that double crochet and in the top of the last chain 3 there. So at the end of our row 3 repeat, we would repeat row 4. So we would chain 3, turn your work, put a double crochet in the next stitch, and then start your puff stitch, your group of stitches. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, skip 1, go in the next, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through all 8. And you're going to repeat that all the way across. You're going to chain 1, Remember, when you get to your last part of your stitches, always remember that whatever you started with as far as puff stitches, that number will continue all the way up your project. So if you have 6 here, you're going to have 6 here, you'll have 6 here as well. So I only have 5, so I know I have to do one more. Yarn over, and I'm going to do my last double crochet in that last stitch there. Yarn over, pull through 8. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, just like the beginning row. Okay, and then repeat row 3. Chain 1, single crochet in that first space, and then in every chain 1 space, put 2 single crochets. Repeat row 3 and row 4, and I'll be back to you when my project is around 14 inches or so we can put our bag together. So I'm at the point where I am 14 inches in length on my rectangle here. So I'm going to go around the edge of the entire thing with a single crochet, just to have somewhere to put our stitches in when we are sewing it up. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to chain 1 here where I left off, and I left off on a row 3, and that's the single crochet row. I'm going to put 2 single crochets in this first stitch, and then roughly I'm going to put 2 single crochets in every double crochet on the edge, and then on every single crochet row I'm going to put a single crochet. So 2 on every double crochet row, and then 1 on every single crochet row. So it's going to be 2 1 2 1 all the way down, and then I'm going to repeat that on the other side. In each corner I'm going to put 3 single crochets, and across the bottom I'm just going to work in the existing stitches that was our foundation chain. You want to make sure that you're not putting too many stitches. That will lead to ruffling, and if you put too little stitches you'll get puckering, so it will pull in or pinch. You don't want that. So and working back this way, just putting single crochets where it makes sense in the fabric. This is our foundation chain. Typically when you come back onto a foundation chain it feels loose and wonky. The single crochets will fix that up. To a corner, do 3 single crochets, 1 2 3. The corner done, and now I'm going to do 2 single crochets where this double crochet is. I'm going to put 1 single crochet where our puff stitch is, and 1 single crochet in our single crochet row. You see that? Puff and single. So 2 in this double crochet on the end, 1 in the puff, 1 in the single crochet row. I'm going to do that all the way up this side. And I will meet back up with you in just a moment so that we can complete our bag. Okay, I am to the top of the bag, and I'm just going to go in to the existing stitches. When I get to the middle, let me move this so you can see. When I get to the middle of this, just eyeballing it, about right there, I'm going to chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to come back down and put a single crochet in that next one. And that is going to help for if you want to have a closure, something to keep your phone in your bag. You can do a button, you can do a crochet toggle, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to slip stitch over here to the corner. And then I'm not going to cut the yarn because I'm going to take my phone, I'm going to lay it on here, and I'm going to measure it to see how far I need to go down on the side to start closing in. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I have marked how far I need to slip stitch down so that I know where I am joining my sides. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to slip stitch down to my marker here and chain 1 on the corner here just so it has a better transition of slip stitching. And now I'm where to it is marked. Okay, so now we are to the spot where we need to fold our purse bag for seaming the sides together. So since we are doing this in one large piece, I'm going to show you a method to where you don't have to cut your yarn and go to that side, and it will secure the bottom a little bit for you so that it is more supportive for your phone. So you'll just take this end and fold it up to where you're at right here on your slip stitch. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1 here. We're going to find our corner. Just right here. I'm going to go through that. We're going to slip stitch from that. Now we're going to slip stitch to our chain 1 that we have over here. Okay, now we need to go back into the stitch here. So we're going to chain 1. We're going to slip stitch into this next stitch, just like that. We're going to chain 1 again. We're going to find our next stitch over here. We are going to slip stitch into that. Now we're going to chain 1, go into our next stitch right here, slip stitch, chain 1, find our next stitch on the other side, making sure we're not doubling up here, and slip stitch into our chain 1. So we're going to alternate like that, back and forth. Chain 1, slip stitch same side, chain 1, slip stitch opposite side, chain 1, slip stitch same side, chain 1, slip stitch opposite side, chain 1, slip stitch same side, chain 1, slip stitch opposite side, chain 1, slip stitch same side, chain 1, slip stitch opposite side. We are going to continue doing this until we get all the way down to the end here. And I will show you what to do from there if you don't want to disconnect your yarn. I'm going to chain one, slip stitch same side. If you do not want to, cut your yarn and do the same thing down that side. See how nice that is? It's a crisscross effect that we just did, kind of like tying a shoe but not. If you don't want to cut your yarn and do down this side, which I'm going to do, but if you don't want to do that, you need to be aware of a couple of things. First of all, you want to make sure you're not making this too tight, because you want to make sure your phone will still fit in here, and if it's too tight, you're going to have puckering, and that won't be good. And second issue would be if you start working up this side, you might end up not even up here at the end. So I would suggest going straight across from where you started at the top here, and I would take my edge, my two edges here, and I would pin them so that you have an idea of where you need to be when you get back up to the top. Okay, so that you can all work it out even all the way down. So aiming it up as neatly as you can and squarely as you can on the fabric, because this has some twist to it just in the design itself, and you don't want to be too far off. I would put my finger in here at the bottom, and I would chain one at the end here, and I would loosely, very loosely, chain all the way across your fabric. I'm going to use my thumb instead. So you have puff stitches here. I would go underneath of the puff stitch row as close to the bottom of your puff stitch row as you can. Just depends on where your phone is hitting on the case, because your phone is probably a different size than what I'm making. But you would just really loosely pull up a lot. Go back in, grab a loop, pull up a lot. And then I would slip stitch into one of your sides there. Okay, so essentially you have this nice little slip stitch across the bottom of your bag, and then you can start working up this side. And that way you don't have to worry about cutting your yarn if you don't want to do the cut your yarn and do this side method. Only problem I can see with that is you want to really make sure your sides are matching up stitch wise. So I would definitely mark and make sure that you're going to be spot on for those stitches, because it could get tricky. You would just work up the other side exactly like you did the other side, making sure that you're even all the way up. So chain one, we're going to slip stitch to the other side. We're going to chain one, and we're going to slip stitch to the same side. We're going to chain one, we're going to slip stitch to the other side. We're going to chain one and slip stitch to the same side. Chain one, slip stitch to the other side. Chain one, slip stitch to the same side. Chain one, slip stitch to the other side. We're going to continue to repeat this all the way up. Now I'm on the row. The other side is attached to. I'm going to join my corner. Slip stitch into the next one over. It will all shape itself out as you start using it. You can also pin it out. You can wet it down, pin it out, keep it to whatever shape you want. So once we have that done, we are going to cut our yarn. I'm going to yarn over and pull through. And then I'll show you how to make a little toggle if you don't want to use a button on your phone case for right here. Start with a slip knot, chain 4. We're going to double crochet in that first chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And you would slip stitch to your beginning. You would cut your yarn, yarn over and pull through. You're going to weave in our ends real quick. The end I am weaving in is the one I just pulled through, not the beginning one, because the beginning one we're going to attach to our phone purse. And if you're ever worried about your ends coming out, especially in projects that you know are going to get a lot of heavy traffic, like buttons or flaps to jackets or anything that you know is going to have a lot of use or wear, you can follow my felting your ends in video, and I will link that below. So then you will just line up your project to where your button is going to hit on your phone case, and then underneath of that you will put it to your work. So you take this end, go down into some stitches to make sure it's secure. Since this is open work, you want to make sure that you are getting a spot where it will be secure. Go back down into your button and then go back through on your phone case. You want to do that several times, because if not, you're going to end up with a loose button, and then you're going to be unhappy. So just go back and forth, sewing it on, just like you would a normal button, except this one won't scratch your phone. And then just weave in your end. And then we will attach the strap. Now, if you didn't make a strap, you don't have to worry about that, but we did, so I'm going to show you how to do it. And we have our toggle button. Oh, I have this one to weave in too. When your phone is in there, you can just use your finger to pull that through to keep it secure and won't slide out. Very easy, very convenient. You already have the yarn, so why not, right? So now we're going to attach the sides here to our strap, but I need to weave in my end because I have not done that yet. Okay, so I left a tail on my strap here so that I could attach it to the bag. So this is how I do straps that are a little bit wider than the object we're putting them on, because you don't have that type of width on this bag. So what I do is I take the needle and I go into the other side, and essentially you get a cinch there. Sew that up a bit so there's not a gap and it's stable for your strap to hold your purse that is holding your phone. You want it to be stable, right? And then all you need to do is attach it to your phone case. Now you don't need the crochet hook to do this. You could just sew it. But see where we did up the side here and there's a tiny gap all the way up? That is where we're going to sew this. It's going to go right there. And I'm just going to go in and sort of, I guess it's called whip stitching. And just get that nice and secure. Now your strap, there's a back and there's a front. So make sure your front is facing outward before attaching it. Unless you like the look of the other side, that's fine. It's also your purse and you can do whatever you want. That is it. Just going in and coming out on the purse side. I just wanted to note too that when you are attaching your purse strap to your bag, don't just put it on the side where we did the little join. Make sure you're hitting the front of the bag, and also when you're going over to the back, make sure you're hitting it to join the back of the bag so that it can stabilize and secure everything. Okay, I lay my strap flat here so that I know I'm not twisting it, and then attach it to the bag on the other side. So that is the bag completed. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is totally adjustable to any size that you want to make. You can make this into a purse. If you do, I would recommend lining it. Felt is a great option for lining a bag or a phone purse like this because you don't need to sew the sides. It doesn't fray. So think about felt when you're going to line a project, especially one like this that's smaller. You just would poke holes in the side and then crochet it in together. Sometime I will bring that to you. I'll bring a tutorial to you on that. But for now, this is what I'm going to give Miranda so that she can carry her phone around when her family is going on a walk. So I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, please ask me. Thank you so much, Universal Yarn, for sharing this yarn with me to bring everyone this tutorial. I appreciate it. If you are interested in my affiliate link for Universal Yarn, it is below. And remember that Creative Lazy Hazy Summer Cotton is a great product for anything that you want to wear. After making this purse, I definitely would make a wearable with this yarn. It is so nice and soft and drapey. Just beautiful yarn. So thank you, Universal Yarn. I appreciate it. Until next time, guys, take care.